Hi guys, I know it's been a very hot minute. I have just been so busy. Life has been lifing. I just made a video like 5 seconds ago and I'm going to edit it and post it. I currently have a second job. Not that it is anyone's business, but I currently have a second job and I have just been so busy, and I now have my son here with me. My mom is here with me. I have to be picking up my son and taking him to school. I have to attend to my mom's needs, and so there's just now so many things that are now in place that is really keeping me so busy. You know, getting off work, rushing home to take my son to school has not been an easy task, but I try to still make it work. I really try to still make it work. So today is Sunday. I just got off work. It was an easy shift, and I'm so grateful that the shift was very easy. I honestly have been missing you guys. I have thought about like what sort of things or videos do I want to make for you guys. So I just had like tons of questions which I was just compiling, and I just decided to make a video to answer some of the questions. The questions are so many, and I'm going to make subsequent videos answering all those questions. I know I did not give a heads up as to the fact that I will be coming on live today, but if you guys have any questions, I am so passionate about new nurses. If you have any questions, please drop the questions in the comment section so I can compile it with my other questions and make subsequent videos to answer all these questions. New nurses are really struggling out there. I can tell you that every night that I go to work and I have a new nurse, I see certain things and I'm like, wow. I remember I got reports from one new nurse, and you needed to come and see how this new nurse connected the suction to the wall. Like, I was like, what is this again? And guess what? The urine that was coming out, that was being collected in the suction thing, was actually collecting in the outer chamber of the suction canister. And I'm like, if you don't know how to do things, always ask questions. I am very big on always asking questions. I don't necessarily care how people are going to see me when I have to ask questions, and so I always say ask questions. I am that nurse that before I could master that skill of connecting a pubic or connecting a suction or the wall suction canister thing to a patient, I asked several questions. Like, it took me a while, and so for me to get a report from a new nurse, and then she just connected the suctioning based off of what she thinks that is how we should be connected, it was just mind-blowing. It was just like, what in there is this? So new nurses, please, out there, make sure you're asking questions, because I can tell you one thing also. You see all these old nurses, they are definitely talking about your mistakes. I am telling you that old nurses are definitely talking about your mistake. You don't want to be that new nurse who is coming to the shift and then people are like giving you sidelines or side eye because, oh, that is the nurse who did that. Oh, that is the nurse who gave a wrong medication to a patient. Oh, that is the nurse who gave maybe a medication without assessing a patient. Always make sure you're asking questions. New nurses, make sure you're doing what you have to do for your patients with total confidence that this is what should be done at this time, because you know your stuff. There is no reason why you would give a blood pressure medication that is scheduled to a patient when the patient's blood pressure is low, but because it was ordered and it is scheduled, you feel like, okay, the doctor knows why, so you just go ahead and give it to the patient. Always ask questions. I will never get tired of saying this. New nurses, please always ask questions. Always ask questions. It is so crazy. I remember 2 months ago, or maybe a month ago, there was this new nurse. She's just 6 months in. Like, You're just 6 months in, you are working in the ED, and then she made a medication error. It wasn't necessarily like a life-threatening medication, but again, it was still a medication error. Like, tell me why they were asking this nurse, and she said, oh, she did not know that this is what this medication is going to do for this patient. Ask questions. Again, I always say that I'm that nurse that if I don't know something, I will ask the question. If there's no one around me whom I can ask this question to, or whom I think that is able enough to answer these questions, I'm always going to go to Dr. Google. Go Google it and see what Google is saying. There I say go to ChatGPT also and find out, like, okay, what is ChatGPT also saying about this situation. Like, always know what you're doing before you do it. You don't want to risk your license just because you feel that, oh, this was ordered by the doctor, so let me just go ahead and give it. So new nurses, I'm here. If you have any questions, please shoot the questions my direction or my way, and I'm going to do well to compile all these questions and answer them for you. I'm almost getting home, so that means that this video is going to be over soon, because it's after 8 a.m. and I was supposed to be home like a long time ago, but like I said, I was making a video for you guys. So I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, and all I want to do now is just shower, take my breakfast, and just go to sleep, because guess what, I'll be back at work again tonight. So guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm going to answer your questions. I believe that the series of questions that the new nurses have sent to me is going to be very helpful, and so that's why I'm kind of like urging everyone, especially new nurses, to ask their questions to me. You might not necessarily be new and want to shoot questions to me. You might also be an old nurse and you're like, okay, how do you do things in the hospital where you are? Or maybe you ask questions like, okay, I saw this happen in this hospital, but I'm just curious, like in your own hospital, how do people do it where you are? So throw questions my way. I'm going to make videos to answer them. Honestly, I don't claim to know it all. If it's something that I don't know, definitely I'm going to research it. I'm going to ask the people who are more superior to me to help me find an answer to it, and I'm going to bring it to you guys. So thank you all for this 8 minutes of your time. I really appreciate it. I don't take you guys for granted, and it's time for me to head in and kind of start my day. I'll see you all in my next video. Hopefully I'm going to stay consistent this time around. Again, like I said, I've just been very busy, and take care guys. Bye.